Hello everyone, welcome to Oliveboard. My name is Dinkar and I welcome you all in this session. I hope everybody is doing great, feeling healthy and fine. Welcome again to our second session of the Livemint News Analysis for RBI Grade B 2023 examination. As you all know that we have especially started this series for all of you so that you are well versed with all the important news that has been going throughout the world, and we just wanted to make sure that each and every part, whatever newspaper that are coming, you should know the basics and all the news regarding those newspaper. So that is why we have come up with our Livemint News Analysis, especially for RBI Grade B 2023 examination. Good evening, everybody. Just a sec. Sorry guys for a little interruption. Yeah, so we have just specially started this session for all of you to make sure that this live mint sessions becomes very fruitful to all of you, because as you all know that live mint is bringing out a very good quality articles, they are bringing out a very good quality news and various other things. So that is why we have started with this live mint session, especially to make you aware of all the news that are there that are being covered in the live mint. So just let me know how many people are there in the session. Okay, we have Ravi Shankar Singh and we have Priya Sharma. Very good, guys. So in the starting only, you have uh, said and wished me, so that I just come to know your names. So just make sure that in the session, please remain interactive so that we can have a good session. We have a good interactive session throughout this. So please utilize this opportunities to ask the question, to say the things, to share your views and everything. Okay. So thank you so much for joining the session. Let's start with our session right away. So this is RBI Grade B Livemint News Analysis for RBI Grade B 2023 Current Affairs. We are pledging for your success, and this course will be offering you the live video batches, and we are also covering this syllabus in a very holistic and comprehensive ways, and doubt clearing by the experts is already going on. You can ask me your doubts and I will clear off your doubts. We will be also providing you with the proper preparation guidance in this in the meanwhile, and exam center study we are already doing. As you all know that in the last week we have done session 1. Session Last week we have done session 1. In that session 1 we have covered half part of July of 2022. Okay, so in this session, that is going to be our session number 2, we will be covering the next half part of the July, and the July live mint important news will be over. Okay, so July 2022 session, this is a session 2 and all the news will be over. So now you will get, for after the lecture of today, you will be having all the news related to your July. Okay, so the first important news that July is having is Indian manufacturing export to hit $1 trillion by financial year 28. Indian manufacturing exports to hit $1 trillion by financial year 28. So there are few reasons which are putting this $1 trillion export in the news. It is because of that this whole export will be driven by your chemicals, pharmaceuticals, textile, and electronic industry. So there is a report that has been prepared that is called the $1 trillion manufacturing export opportunities for India. So under that, they have said that these are the sectors which are going to be driving the $1 trillion export of our country. So right now our export is $418 billion, and we have a compounded annual growth rate of 15%. So by financial year 2028 we are going to get $1 trillion of export we will be doing. So key industries are chemicals, electrical and electronics, textiles, pharmaceuticals, and industrial machinery. So all these things are contributing a particular amount, a good amount of money in export. Electronic export have compounded average growth rate of 30 to 40% has been done, and there is a good amount of electronic vehicle that we are thinking of, and that will be coming in the future also. That is why there is a good amount of growth that is happening in the electronic vehicle segment only, and around $5 billion sale of this export is also coming. Now, the manufacturing sector, the positive development of the manufacturing sector is driven by the production. So what are the reason? What are the reason of these figures is that we have a good amount of capacity expansions that we have done. Government is also putting good amount of policy measure, and at the same time we have MAN activities, and we have been a good amount of venture capitalist and private investment is going on, and we are also creating a very important pipeline and manufacturing pipeline, and we are investing in all the related schemes which are very important for the export growth, whether it is textile, whether it is chemicals, or whatever it is, and these all things are driving the economic growth of our country. Okay, so as you all know that in 2020 we have a recessionary period that has come. Even the inflation is also getting high, but as per this report, the manufacturing sector remains strong. The manufacturing sector remains strong. Okay, now government robust policy, as you all know that PLI schemes are there, production link incentives, local manufacturing, and fresh investments are coming in the various core areas. Private equity, private venture capitalists, that is already going on in the all these aspects, and there's a cascading effect on this. And priority sector, government is giving more focus on the priority sector. Government is giving more focus to the priority sector, like our auto, electronics, pharma, textile, because these are the sector in which India has some kind of edge over the other countries, and India is having a good amount of percentage of the share of the global export. So that is why government is giving good amount of priority support to this priority sectors. Okay, now the second important news of July. So you should make sure this is a July. This is July. Okay, Sri Lanka declares state of emergency after president flew. So it is here, we don't have to go much deep into that. We just wanted to know like what has happened over there, and what is the important like timeline that has happened. We know that Sri Lanka is going through a deep economic crisis, and president has already flew to the country. So this island is having a 22 million of population, and there is a huge blackouts that are happening, acute food shortage, fuel shortage is happening, and huge inflation. Inflation has gone about to 60%. Inflation has reached to 60%, and there is a balance of payment default. Balance of payment default that has happened. So that is why Sri Lankan citizen we asking demanding the resignation of the president Razorpay. So this is the timeline how the Sri Lanka crisis unfolds. So Sri Lanka crisis unfold like there is a state of emergency that has been declared. Then cabinet has resigned. After that, President Rajapaksa has lost the majority, and foreign debt has got increased. So Sri Lanka government is having a debt of $51 billion, and they are moving towards the IMF for the last resort. But as per IMF, they have said that if you are wanted to get a loan from our IMF, you have to do some structural changes. After that, some days of boiling, shoot to kill orders have been passed, and then Sri Lanka has suspended the fuel sales, and only for essential goods the fuel is being given. And inflation has crossed the new records of 60% inflation that has gone, and President Rajapaksa has been stormed, and people have stormed into the Rajapaksa palaces, and then President Rajapaksa has fled the out of country. So this is the timeline that you need to know. Now RBI cancels certificate of registration of 4 non-banking financial companies, NBFCs. So what is this whole issue is about that? Just don't worry about that on Tuesday, whatever it is. So the Reserve Bank of India has already cancelled the certificate of registration for 4 NBFCs. So these are the NBFCs that are there: Canvas Shri Credit Private Limited, that is already earlier known as MCL Leasing Private Limited, Wilson Merger, Galaxy Capital, and SRS Financial. So under which power that Reserve Bank has done this? Under the power in the section 45(1)(a) on sub clause of 6, the Reserve Bank of India has cancelled the certificate of registration. So what is the main reason why this certificate of registration has been cancelled? It is because of the regulatory deficiencies in the regulatory compliance. Deficiency in the regulatory compliance. 1 minute. Deficiency in regulatory compliance, and because of that the license has been cancelled, and now they cannot do any kind of transaction, and they are not being compliant with the RBI on the KYC requirement. They are not compliant to the KYC requirement. They are not taking care of the KYC requirement from the customers. So that is why RBI has cancelled the license of for registration of 4 NBFC. Now, India's current account deficit likely to touch $105 billion this fiscal. So India CAD current account deficit is likely to touch $105 billion. So there are good amount of reason for touching this. Most of the people know some of the reason, but we will be discussing that. So we know as per the reports, the CAD current account deficit is going to reach $105 billion. This is around 3% of the GDP of our country. Higher non-oil, non-gold imports and lower exports are now likely to push. So these are the non-oil, non-gold imports. Okay, and from our side we have a lower exports. They will push the CAD to 3%. Earlier it was 2.6%. Now it is going to push up to the 3%, and increasing imports of the gold and oil in the financial year have so far resulted in high rise in the trade deficits. And because of the festive season, as you know that the reports have come that again the festive season, the gold import has increased very much. Because of that, government has to raise custom duty on the gold by 15%. But if even after raising the custom duty up to 15%, the import of the gold is not reducing, and people in this festive season are importing more and more gold from the outside. And as you all know that the second wave, fatal wave that has there earlier has resulted in a trade gap of $70 billion, because that has happened in the last year 2022, because of that because of the fatal second wave that started in March and April of last year. So from that the trade deficit has started and it started widening, and it is expected that in the financial year 2022 and 2023 it is going to reach 105 billion this fiscal. And Russia Ukraine war has also added to the woes of all these issues. Now Chinese scientists have make robot fish to eat microplastic. A good innovation has been done. Okay, make robot fish to eat the microplastic in the oceans. So we wanted to, as you all know that the tonnage weight of the microplastic is getting rise at exponential rate throughout the world. So that is why there is a need to address the issue. That is why Chinese scientists have come up with a robot fish which is going to eat the microplastics. Okay, so these are the scientists from the Xinjiang University, and they have created some 1.3 centimeter size of robot fish. So they will enable to collect the microplastic from the deeper water, so that, and at the same time they will also be helping in analyzing the marine pollution. How much is the marine pollution is there, whether it is there, how much is there, what is the percentage, what is the water pollution percentage, how bad the situation is, how normal is the situation is. Okay, so they have created a lightweight miniaturized robot. So even you can utilize this for many other purposes, like for example like biomedical or hazardous operation you can do. Okay, so these small robot you can use at various localized part. They can even put into the bodies also. They can even put into the bodies to eliminate some kind of diseases. Okay, so these robot fish are irradiated by the lights. Whenever these robot fish are traveling, like these robot fish will be traveling like this. Okay, so they will be radiating some kind of light. Okay, and they will even flagging their fins, because they will have a very small fins and they will be having a very small light. So they will help in avoiding the crash situation with fishes or ships, because the fishes will come to know that this is something artificial, and ships will be able to identify whether these are some kind of electronic material that is floating. Okay, so if these, now there is a chance that if some fish eats these robots, fish robots, so they can be easily digested. They can be easily digested because they are made from the polyurethane. Polyurethane. Okay, so this is biocompatible. Even these, if these even this fish robots are eaten by the fishes, they are easily digested because they are made from polyurethane, and it will not cause any kind of harm to the fishes. Okay, so this, what is the fish they can do is they will be able to absorb the pollutants. Okay, because we know that our oceans are getting polluted by microplastic, and that is creating issues, and biomagnification is happening. Biomagnification is happening, and in the food chain the issue is getting created by whenever fishes eat these microplastic, people eat fishes, so in this way the in your food chain the bioplastic comes. Okay, so these fishes can travel from around 2.76 body length per second. That is a very good amount of speed they are having. That is faster than most artificial soft robots. Yeah, biomagnification means a small fish eating little plastic. Okay, so this one fish eat one plastic. Now 10 fish eat that much of plastic. Okay, so as we go into the food chain, the human being will be eating many amount of fishes, good amount of fishes. So because of that, the content inside the fish will increase. Like if we have these kind of fishes, we move into the food chain, humans are there, human eats these kinds of fishes, so only one fish is having 1 gram of bioplastic. Okay, but if these 3 fish are eaten by one human being, so human is getting 3 gram of bioplastic. Okay, so this is called biomagnification. Have you got it? Now, India to surpass China as most populous country in 2023. Okay, so now this date has been revised 4 years before. Earlier we were surpassing the Chinese population by 2027, but now the date has been back by 2023. The rate of population growth of India is so high that now we are going to surpass China population by 2023. Okay, so India is expected to surpass China's and become the world's most populous country by 2023, 4 years ahead by the target that has been given by the United Nations. As you all know that global population is hitting 8 billion on November 15. Okay, so date, please fix the date. Today is November 9th, and by November 15th we are going to have 8 billion peoples in this planet Earth, and then it is going to be 8.5 billion by 2030. Okay, so more than half of this projected rise between now and 2050 is expected from 8 countries. So all these population that is coming is from these 8 countries: Congo, Egypt, Ethiopia, India, Nigeria, Pakistan, and Philippines, and Tanzania. These are the countries which are giving much weightage to the population as per the report that has been released by the World Population Prospectus. Okay, China is experiencing a absolute decline in the population early next year. From the early next year, that is 2023, China rate of growth of population will start decreasing. Surpass means आगे निकल जाना, to go ahead than anybody. Okay, surpass means if you are getting 50 marks and somebody else got 60 marks, okay, so he has surpassed you. Got it? Yeah, so China officials have already said that their peak of the population, China's officials have already said that the peak of their population they will be reaching early as 2022, and now they are at 1.41 billion. Okay, and now they are growing at a very slowest pace. Okay, Earlier, it was said that India's population is surpassing the China by 2027, but now India will surpass China by 2023. Then on 2023, India will be having more people than China. Okay. Now, what is the things that are all we wanted to discuss in that? So we have a lower mortality rate. Lower mortality rate means the people are dying less. People are dying less, and few demographic change are also happening because in the Central Asia, South Asia. Okay, so because of that, Asia is going to become the world most populous region. Okay, Southern Asia is going to become the most populous region by 2037, in which China is there, India is there. Okay, and various sub-Saharan and African countries, they are going to double by 2024, and they will only cross 2 billion. Okay, then global population is expected to 9.7 billion in 2050, and in 10.4 billion in 2100. That is at the end of the century, right? Women's and men's are going to get equal in numbers by 2050. Okay, right now there is a slight variation is there, but by 2050 the percentage of women on the earth and the percentage of women's on the percentage of the men's on the earth becomes same, 50-50. Okay, currently 49.7% women's are there and 50.3% men's are there. Okay, so by 2050 it is going to be 50-50, 50% men's and 50% women's. Okay, demographic change. See, demographic change means whenever there is a change in age structure कि 10 साल के बच्चे कितने हैं, 50 साल के लोग कितने हैं, 60 साल के लोग कितने हैं, 15 से 59 ईयर्स के लोग कितने हैं, ठीक है, डेमोग्राफिक. ओके, this is called demographic, and this keeps on changing. Right now India is in the demographic dividend. That means India is having the youngest population of the world. India is also called as a young nation right now because India is having the youngest population of the world, because maximum percentage of the people in India are in the age group of 15-59. That is the working age group. Okay. Now, Razorpay has received RBI approval for payment aggregator license. So Razorpay has recently received the RBI approval for payment aggregator license. Now, we all know that Razorpay is like a payment and banking platform. They have received the payment aggregator license. Okay, so what is this payment aggregator means? Payment aggregator are all these entities which helps the e-commerce sites and merchants to accept various type of payment from the customer for completion of their payment. They can get credit card, debit card, and all the whatever type of payment. Okay, UPI payment, any kind of payment. Okay, that is called payment aggregator. So Razorpay has got the approval for a payment aggregator license from the Reserve Bank of India. So why? It is mandatory for non-bank platform to opt for the license. It is mandatory because Razorpay is not a bank. It is just a platform. So that is why the license is needed by the Razorpay for conducting the online transaction by taking credit card, debit card, and various other things. Okay, so that is why, to ensure the safe and merchant banking properly, RBI has issued payment aggregator framework, and the RBI has asked that all the payment aggregators should acquire the license for digital payments and acceptance. So more than 185 fintech enterprises and startups have already submitted their application for getting the license under the central bank. Strict rules are there. So banks and non-banks, they all handle the funds. Okay, so banks are already having the license. Banks are already having the license from the RBI because they are doing normal banking operation. Okay, so they do not require any separate authorization. But non-banking payment aggregator, non-bank like Razorpay, they have to require authorization from the RBI under payment and settlement system as per RBI direction. Okay, so banks are already having the license, so they don't have to apply. But Razorpay, Paytm, Phone Pay, all these things are there. These are called non-banks. Okay, they are non-bank, so that is why they require separate license for working for the payment and settlement system. So that is why Razorpay have received the RBI approval for the same thing. Okay, so Razorpay is only a payment solution in India that allows business to accept, process and disperse payment with its product line. The payment, this is having all, it gives you access to all payment modes, any kind of, like credit card, debit card, net banking, UPI, wallets like Jio Money, MobiWalk, Airtel, Freecharge, Ola Money, PayZapp. All the things are working on the Razorpay. All these things are working on a Razorpay. Okay, now 1 minute. Yeah, India defense exports at record rupees 13,000 crore. This is the first time that India has recorded 13,000 crore of exports. Now India is selling to outside. Okay, US is the biggest importer from India. Okay, big news for India. So in 2021-2022, India has exported 13,000 crore. That is around 54.1% rise from the previous year, and mainly it is going to the United States and then Philippines and other countries in the Southeast Asia, Middle East and Africa. So it is like around 8 times what we were doing 5 years ago. So 13,000 crore, and around 70% of this export is coming from the private sector. Private sector is contributing more to this export, and private companies are dominating this whole scenario in the defense export, and they are sharing around 90% of the whole framework. Now, NPCI partners with JBIMS on master's degree in digital payment for employee. So NPCI is partnering with JBIMS on master's degree in digital payment for employees. Now, NPCI, everybody knows, is National Payment Corporation of India. They have collaborated with Jamnalal Bajaj Institute of Management Studies. So they are creating a master's program in management studies in digital payments. So what is the purpose? Learn while you earn. That means whenever you are working also and you are earning also, you are learning also in the higher degree program. Okay, so this was the first batch that has been released. Main task of this batch is to integrate technology, finance, banking and financial services, information system management studies all together, and you will get some kind of specialization in digital payments. So anything related to digital payments, you will be having all the knowledge regarding that. Okay, so this platform is going to help you in building, you will be built as a leader over there for the tomorrow, and you are going to you become so capable, and you will be able to manage the growing digital payment base throughout the country in the near future. Okay, so this program is a very hybrid program. Hybrid program means here you are working also, you are earning also at the same time, and you are earning a degree also from here. Okay, so employee will take weekend classes, and they will only spend 1 week in a campus per semester. Okay, so that is why they will learn while they will continue to earn at NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India Limited. Okay, so this is the opportunity. After you are completing your master's degree, you will be getting a PhD from there, by if you are completing the PhD also from there. Now, Gita Gopinath has become the first woman to feature on IMF wall of former chief economist. Very important news regarding this. So Gita Gopinath is the first lady, first woman who has been put under the wall of former chief economist IMF. So here, the first deputy managing director of IMF, Gita Gopinath, she was the first woman, has featured on the wall of former chief economist of the IMF. So very important, because she is only a second Indian. She is only a second Indian who has achieved this feat. And the first one is none other than our Raghuram Rajan, who was also the governor of our Reserve Bank, former governor of the Reserve Bank. So Gita Gopinath, Germany has started like as a chief economist. IMF began with she because appointed as a chief economist in October 2018, and after that she was appointed promoted to IMF first deputy managing director in December 21. Okay, so she has served as a first female chief economist of the Washington-based lender, that is IMF, for 3 years. Now, geopolitical conflict, COVID-19 pandemic puts sustainable development goals target in jeopardy as per the United Nations. So, because of the geopolitical conflict that are going throughout the world, and COVID-19 pandemic has put sustainable development goals target in jeopardy. That means we have to achieve something by 2030. 17 goals were there. So because of this geopolitical conflict that is happening throughout the world, Taiwan crisis, African crisis, Russia-Ukraine crisis, then COVID-19 crisis, because of that, sustainable development goals have taken a toll of that. Okay, so it is expected that we may not be able to fulfill the targets of the 2030. Okay, so COVID-19 pandemic, it has led to around additional 75 million people put into the extreme poverty. Okay, we have started removing the people from the poverty, and because of the COVID-19 issue, the people have moved into the poverty. Okay, so world oceans are filled with plastic again, 17 million tons, metric tons. Okay, 93 million people have put into extreme poverty again. Then about 1 in 10 people worldwide is suffering from the hunger, and they are not and around 1 in 3 people are lacking the regular access to adequate food. So we have already achieved some good uh, advantages earlier, but because of the COVID-19 pandemic and because of this geopolitical conflict, we have again moved to the scenario where we were earlier. So whatever we have achieved earlier, we have totally lost in vain. Okay, even the carbon dioxide emission has rose by 6%, and now they are reaching a highest level. And the worst of the climate change is still to come, and we are not even agreeing to the Paris Agreement. In the Paris Agreement, it is said that at least we should reduce the carbon emissions so that it should peak before 2025. That means the world peak should come before 2025, and after that carbon emission should go down only, it should not increase. Okay, and and it should decrease to 43% by 2030 and by net zero by 2050. But now it is we can see that it is not there. Jeopardy means खटाई में पड़ना. That means कोई चीज जो चल रही हो वो फिर ठीक से ना हो पाए और खराब हो जाना. ओके, yeah. Now the war in Ukraine is leading to a refugee crisis that is going on. Around 100 million people have been displaced from their home. Fertilizer prices have skyrocketed because of the supply chain disruption and food price disruption because of Russia-Ukraine war. Food prices have gone very high because of the Russia-Ukraine war, and economic growth has been cut down by 0.9% because of the Ukraine and pandemic that is about to come. And vulnerable countries, that is African countries, Southeast Asian countries, they are having a huge amount of job losses that are going on, and there is the evidence that there is a huge amount of violence also that is happening against the women during the time of pandemic. So everywhere these 17 goals of sustainable development goals, everywhere whatever the things that we have achieved earlier is now moving into a jeopardy. Okay, so lots of unemployment is happening, child labor, child marriages are on the rises, and weak economic growth. We can already see rising inflation is going everywhere. Supply chain disruption is already there, and it has totally disrupted the whole chain. We are not being able to properly analyze the policy, and various different type of policies are coming, but policy uncertainty is still there, and countries are taking loan at a very unsustainable way, and that has to be tackled. So these are all the things: geopolitical conflicts, COVID-19 pandemic, and various other issues which are putting sustainable development goals into jeopardy. Okay, now Mashal Punewala has received the coveted Shiromani Award at NRI World Summit in UK. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah. So Michelle Punewala has known for artist, businesswoman, philanthropist. She has received a coveted Soromani Award at a NRI World Summit at NRI World Summit 2022, and she was also a speaker at the House of the Lords in UK. So she has shown her artwork. She has shown her artwork in the JMS Foundation charity, and it was a 2 days gala celebration where she has shown her artwork, and she has unveiled her artwork as Reserve. This is the name of the art, that is called Reserve. The film, that is called Reserve, tells about the water scarcity, that is a global crisis, and she tell the audience, whether it is in India, whether it is in UK, the problem of water is everywhere. Okay, the problem of water is everywhere. So she has released a short film that is called Reserve, which highlighted about the water scarcity. So they may ask you in the examination, the Shiromani Award is specially given for what type of short film, the name of the short film, and it is related to what. Okay, so this is one of the largest global risk that people are facing, water shortage. This is going to be a devastating effect in the future, and they said that Reserve is highlighting what issues: layering haunting, dripping taps, leaking pipes. So these are the things in the Reserve. She has shown these type of things: dripping taps are there, leaking pipes are there, layering haunting of the image are there. So people are not getting proper water because there is too much of wastage of the water that is going on. So film is having both poetic and harrowing image of acrylic paints. Poetic reference for the pollution is also there, contamination. So all the things, poetic, painting, everything is there in that film. Okay, so what is the purpose of that film is that we wanted to create an awareness, and how simple it would if we simply made some kind of changes in our life, we will be able to solve this a very important issue in a very short time frame. Now, government has allowed Indians to receive up to rupees 10 lakhs from relative who are residing abroad. Earlier they can only get rupees 1 lakh in their account, but now any Indians can get 10 lakhs from their relative who are staying abroad. Okay, so now 10 lakhs annually you can get from anybody who is staying abroad without notifying the authorities. That means if you wanted around 10 lakh rupees from anybody from outside, so you can take in your bank account without notifying the authority. But if you are taking more than, you have to say to authority. So changes have been done by the Union Ministry under the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, FCRA. So instead of 30 days, you have to tell in 90 days. Like if you are getting more than 10 lakhs, so you have to notify authority within 90 days. Earlier it was 30 days. Okay, so from 1 lakh to 10 lakh, and from 30 days to 3 months, you have to tell. Now, government has already released the notification, and FCRA, Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, has already been amended. So according to the new regulation, any foreign funding, you cannot utilize more than 20% of that fund for administrative need. Okay, so this percentage was capped at 50%. So all NGOs that receive funding are required by law to register with the FCRA. Now, Central has extended the direct benefit transfer benefit to the National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme. Very important. Now, Ministry of Fiscal Development and Entrepreneurship has extended the DBT scheme for the direct government benefit to all the apprentices. Okay, so DBT scheme has been launched, and government is providing 25% of the stipend that is payable up to 1500 rupees per month direct into the bank account of the apprenticeship. Okay, so this apprenticeship has got a big boost in the Skill India, because the government has already launched the skill development India skill India missions is already going on. So government has linked the direct benefit transfer to the National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme. Now the people who are registered under a National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, they will be getting their fund directly into their bank account. Okay, to skill, reskill, upskill the people. So what is the purpose of that? We are exposing the candidate to the real-time industrial environment so that they can get opportunity to get skilled under the Skill India mission. They can be able to build the development strategies. They can have an association with the government, business, and they can learn on the job. So the major objective of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship is to give further boost to the youth's employability and further vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Okay, so what is this scheme? National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme. It has been launched in August 19, 2016 for training and providing financial support for apprenticeship, and main aim and motive of this is to discovering right jobs and right skills so that we can maximize the potential of the people by skilling them. So right now total 12 lakh apprenticeship has been engaged in this whole work, and we wanted to create India as a skill capital of the world. Now, India's first autonomous navigation facility, Tihan, launched at IIT Hyderabad. Okay, very important. Tihan has been launched in IIT Hyderabad. First autonomous navigation facility. So this has been launched with a budget of 130 crore. That is, Tihan means Technology Innovation Hub of Autonomous Navigation. That is for smart mobility. That means all the things like buses, cars, roads, and everything will be connected in a very smart way through a connectivity model. Okay, so like your real time traffic operation and occurring and when unmanned and connected vehicles will be there, so that they will be all working in a connected environment. So that is why government wanted to be a very global player in the smart mobility technology. So that is why first autonomous navigation for facility Tihan has been launched. Okay, so it is just like a test bed for checking whether we are able to properly do this type of facility and whether we can achieve the good amount of laurels in that or not. So that is why this autonomous navigation facility has been launched for especially for test bed. They are creating algorithm and prototype in order to check, like we wanted to create smart cities in the future for proper signaling system, autonomous vehicle interaction, cyclist, pedestrian, wireless networking, all these things we wanted to link together. So that is why for this we need some kind of navigation facility that will work especially for our own country. Okay, especially for our own country. Now Tihan is for the navigation facility in the smaller smart cities. Navic is like a global. Navic is like we wanted to check the thing globally. Okay, this is for the real time traffic situation where the things will be connected in a very small space. And Navic is going to connect the people in a larger space. Okay, Navic is for larger space and Tihan is for a smaller space. Okay. Now, NTPC has been recognized as the most preferred workplace of 2020. NTPC has been recognized as the most preferred workplace of 2022. So the most preferred workplace by, in association with Team India, Team Marksman have decided that NTPC should be given the most preferred workplace of 2022. So this award has showcasing that how NTPC is helping the people, like employee well-beings, how engagement and productivity of the employees is going on, like holistic reorientation, employee experiences, collaborating, meaningful collaboration that is going on. Okay, so organization is appraised. What is the purpose? Why the NTPC has got this award is that because NTPC has shown employee centricity, organizational purpose, entrepreneurial ecosystem, work flexibility, diversity and equality, growth and reward, and social cohesion. Because of that only NTPC has got the most preferred workplace of 2022. So I think this is all for today, guys. Please, we are running our very important courses. So this is very important. These two. If you wanted to join our courses, please join our RBI Grade B 2023 plan. There you will be getting a personalized mentorship program also. So these both things are differently. So make sure that you join the program at the earliest if you really wanted to take the benefit out of it. Please do join the program at the earliest because it is the right time to join, because at the last time if you are joining you will not be able to get a proper type of feedback, you will not be able to work it properly, you will not be able to start preparing properly in the starting, in the beforehand. If you are starting 9 months or 10 months before the examination, you will be able to get a proper feedback, you will be able to proper writing skills, you will be able to get the proper guidance from the mentorship. So that is why we have started this personalized mentorship program especially for all of you. So please do join our session, please go to the website, please check the descriptive box for all these type of courses. And thank you, we have launched our app, and we please do download our app from the app store. And thank you so much for joining the session, great to have you here. If anybody has any specific query, please tell me. I hope everybody has understood properly what I have said. And please leave the comment, please do like, subscribe and follow also. And keep joining the session, because it is very important for all of you, because nobody is coming with these kind of sessions. So this is a special session we have started for all of you, so that you are well versed with all the knowledge. Okay, so thank you so much guys for joining the session, great to have you here. I will be seeing you in the next class. And this Saturday I will be taking the RBI Grade B foundation course. Okay, uh, Deepika, you can go to Oliveboard website. You can go to Oliveboard website. There, all courses are there. Do join our RBI Grade B Foundation course, because RBI Foundation course is building your basics from the starting. Because I myself has taken all the things over there, so I know you will be getting benefited out of it. Okay, so do go there and join the RBI Grade B Foundation course, and mark my words, your way of preparation will change, your way of preparation will change. So do go and join that. Okay, thank you so much for joining the session. Please keep coming to this keep coming to the session, enjoy the session, keep questioning and everything. And this is the good way, that where we have discussed all the things and you also have interacted with me. So keep interacting like this, we all will enjoy together. Please put questions to me and we all enjoy together. Okay, so thank you so much. It is all there in the website, it is all there in the website. Go there and you will get all the programs over there. Go to Oliveboard website, you will be joining that. Okay, and do one thing, Deepika, do one thing. Once the session gets over, please leave a comment in the comment box, leave a comment in the comment box, and we will be answering you where you can go and join the mentorship program. Okay, do leave your comment in the comment name. Okay, not here in the chat box. Once the session gets over, do leave it over there. Okay, I will be answering that. Okay, so thank you so much for joining the session. I will be seeing you in the next week, Saturday. See you then. Bye bye, take care and good night. English classes are already going on, English classes are already going on. Please see there, please see in the website, and just go there and join the session. Okay, you just leave everything in the chat comment box and everything will be answered over there. Okay, you just go to here, support at oliveboard.in. okay, support at oliveboard.in, and there you just leave your question and they will be helping you out in all the way possible. Okay, they will be helping you out in all the way possible. Okay, support at oliveboard.in. Okay, you do one thing, Deepika, you just do one thing, leave the comment in the comment box. I will share the answer with you. Okay, I will be telling where you can go and join that. Okay, and I will also share the link with you. Okay, I will be sharing the link with you. Fine, you just leave the comment in the comment box when the session gets over, and I will be sharing you the link where you can go and join the course. Okay, because after every session I keep visiting the comments, right? But in the comment box, you leave, not in the chat box. Fine? Okay. So thank you. Bye bye. Take care.